Someone better call me the garbage disposal man because I'm about to take out the trash. Does that even work? Oh, whatever. Hello everyone, it is I, RainingCardGames, and welcome back to another episode of ye olde Jank Turbo Yu-Gi-Oh! So you already saw the pilot, I hope so. Really? You would have seen the first video, right? Hopefully. Where we were able to try and figure out how First of the Dragons work. Now, we're gonna try something else. Oh boy. But before we go ahead and take a look at the card that we are going to be trying to tinker with today, if you could all please do me the favor of liking, commenting, subscribing, ringing the notification bell, sharing, all that jazz. I would graciously appreciate it. Now, let's go ahead and open the trash lid and see what we're going to be dealing with. So, Kaiser Glider, Golden Burst. This is an interesting card. It's a level 6 dragon, and it has a cool quick effect where I can tribute a monster, special summon it. It also has an on-field effect. If it's normal or special summoned, I can make its attack match that of something else on the field. Potentially cool, you know, in terms of maybe interruption. So where we're going to fit that in the deck, how we're going to make use really more so of the two effects, the attack modulation and the tribute one, I'm interested in the tributing one. And I have a few decks in mind to hopefully take advantage of that ability. So let's go ahead and hop on Yugioh Pro and take a look at what I have been stirring in the good old cesspool of my mind. Gosh, the brain cells are just not firing today, are they? Okay, so deck number 1. Golden Burst is a level 6 light dragon. So you know that we have to put it into a level 6 space strategy that uses dragons that likes to tribute. We're playing hieratic. So in terms of normal monsters, we've got the ones that we're going to special summon off of the attributed hieratic's effects. Got Triple Sues, the Tefnits, we've got the 5s, which we can enable. We also do have a Bestial package. Also, it does help that Magnabut can search a dragon. No restrictions. We can search out our Golden Burst to make sure that we can tribute him. Of course, we've got a couple of other things. We have a mini Chaos 8 engine with the Chaos Space stuff because we can search. And then pretty straightforward extra deck, some level 6s that we can hopefully take advantage of, a couple of 8s to go off of the spell, and a synchro package because I have a level 6 tuner which can set. All in all, I have high hopes for this one. Deck number 2, we are going to try something fairly different from hieratic. No dragons, don't really care about light, dark attribute, but we are playing plant. Specifically Ricket Sun Avalon. This is extremely balls to the wall combo, like strong, powerful deck. However, we have incorporated our Golden Burst because. And then in terms of Rika spell effects, Con has a unique secondary ability where once per turn, if I were to tribute a plant monster I control to activate a Rika card or effect, I contribute any face-up monster my opponent controls. I don't know if the synergy's there or not, but still, we're going to see if it works. This is probably arguably the strongest in terms of meta contention that I've got for the lists today. And of course, the last deck is something that we have played before on the channel if you've watched Trials of the Lair. A little bit of a throwback for you. We are playing Lair of Darkness. This whole deck revolves around allowing me to tribute my opponent's monsters. So the theory here is Golden Burst is going to act like a hand trap, where we can interact with my opponent already through other effects, using also the powerful back row that we have, and more disruption on the field from the hand. So all in all, this one I'm also looking very forward to because I like Lair of Darkness. So it's now a matter of time of seeing which of these 3 decks is the best fit for Kaiser Glider. Golden Burst. Okay, so the hieratic version of the deck, we get to go first, and so far we have actually opened enough, and we can actually use Golden Burst to trigger the Chaos Space, so that way we can get monsters on field. I use its effect to tribute, and lo and behold, it works beautifully in hieratic. I can go up into an Atum, bring out the Magnamut. Magnamut now can search me a dragon, so I can search another one again to have interruption. If I need to, I use the hieratic spell to climb up into the newer rank 8. I get a spheres on field, I get a little hand advantage, and I'm set up for next turn. All in all, pretty happy. 2 interruption point. My opponent activates Fusion Dispatch, or Fusion Deployment as the new version's called, and they are playing Branded, which is not great, but I can, you know, show off. And then, okay, this is also me just clicking buttons. I accidentally click yes, so I make my Kaiser Glider 1,000 attack, so my opponent can beat over it, but it doesn't matter because even losing the Kaiser Glider, my opponent has an open field. I've got all the cards I need. I go out and bring a Photon Strike Bouncer, so I have some monster negation, and to basically clean up shop, and then I also have the ability to protect monsters from being targeted. Fallen Valves hits the field, we can negate it, my opponent scoops up. All in all, I'd say we handled that pretty comfortably, despite a couple of misplays revolving around Kaiser Glider. Alright, now it is the time for Rika Sun Avalon with a splash of Golden Burst. Lo and behold, we do open Golden Burst in our opening hand, and we do have small world stuff, so we can access our main line, which starts with the Sun Seed, which is basically the deck will revolve around that to get the entire combo started. But we're going second. My opponent is playing DDD. They are just doing what they do, vomit every single card possible from their deck and extra deck onto the field, and looking at their hand, they also have some very worrying forms of disruption. I can probably play through an Ash, but also an Infinite Impermanence, as well as a Called by the Grave. I know that this is going to be a very difficult board to break, but hey, it's worth trying. We do open up the Sun Seed, so we go ahead and normal summon and go into Dryas. Dryas gets hit. I try to chain block, but then, yeah, unfortunately, even though the Kaiser Glider gets negated by the DD Wave Consider, we still do get the search off. We try for the Small World line, and we do get hit by the Ash Blossom. We try the Sun Seed Sowing, that gets hit once again, and yeah, we just can't push through an established board. And last but not least, we have the Lair of Darkness. And it looks like we are going up against Red Eyes. Interesting. I've played Red Eyes sporadically, but obviously they always have new support slowly trickling out for the original 3 anime monsters. And I'm not familiar with everything, but I do know the basic gist of Red Eyes. They're going to make Flare Metal, and it's kind of like Tax Dragon, but not as bad in terms of damage. I like this situation that we're in, so I go ahead and fire off my Extravagance to dig a little bit deeper into the deck. I have my Terraforming, which means I have access to Lair of Darkness, and now I can finally show off Kaiser Glider in this deck. I tribute away the Flare Metal Dragon, bringing him out, and now, cool, I lose it. That means I just get to use it again as a hand trap for future turns. Special summon out one of my Lament Ladies, and we can now slowly piece together a board. Using my Lilith, I can search out, and they give me Ballista Squad. Totally fine, that's removal. So I'm sitting pretty. They rebirth, but honestly, I could care less if they bring back the Darkness Metal Dragon, because that's just a monster that can turn on my Eradicator Epidemic Virus, which is exactly what I do. And lo and behold, they had Red Eyes Insight in hand, so they no longer have spell access. We are in a very positive position. However, they do use the effect of Red Eyes Black Meteor Dragon to search Red Eyes Fusion. This brings out Dragoon. This is going to be very difficult. However, I can tribute away Dragoon. Unfortunately, because Dragoon was summoned with normal monsters, it can basically clear out my board. So I am dead no matter what I do. Even Kaiser Glider can't defend my life points. Okay, and that's gonna do it. All in all, the card works. It works. Obviously, these are one-off games, more so to just showcase the theory behind it. Hieratics, yeah, I would say it's a good choice for Hieratic. It fits thematically with attributing. It's also a dragon, so there's the synergy there, so you can go into the Xyz lines and everything, or the Link plays. All in all, I
fitting that we did win with Hieratic. So I would say that Golden Burst, good addition to the deck. We've found a home for it. As for the other two strategies, Rika didn't really get to see it so much. Even then, with the setup, plant combos are highly convoluted and it's very precise in how it has to be done. So I feel like you'd probably need a little more consistency as opposed to just having that neat... It's win more in Rika is what I'm trying to say. And as for Lair of Darkness, we didn't win that game, although I feel like we could have won if I just played my cards differently. I do like it in Lair of Darkness. It is, in essence, now that if you have Lair on the field, it is literally a hand trap where you just tribute a monster. Granted, it's kind of hit or miss, so like if you don't have back row, it's great to have in hand. If you do have back row already set up with Lair of Darkness, I mean, it could be used to help, fuel with tokens for future plays. So, all in all, I'd say it's middle ground. So, Hieratic, yes. Rika, probably not. Lair, it could go either way. But that's going to do it for today's episode. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And let me know down below in the comments, how have you used Kaiser Glider Golden Burst? What are some of your options for deck building? Anyway, I will catch you in the next episode.